Yo, hey, good morning. This one is specially made for you, Mr. Carrie Catuno. We've been having a very heated discussion, and I just wanted to make myself present before you to let you know that no ill will over here, because sometimes text can be taken out of context, so whatever. But the reason why I am making this video raw and all, which I really don't care because no matter what, I'm beautiful without makeup. But I wanted to express this to you. You say you do a lot of homework, but I'm wondering if you ran across this key term, which is called securitization. Okay, we found this terminology in the business area when it came to very strongly in the mortgage area. 2008, we had a huge crash. Now you may ask, why am I bringing this up? I want to tie something in for you so you can understand exactly where I'm coming from that equates to our race. Okay, securitization is a terminology they use when they are backing notes. They use to back notes, and they still do. They back the notes with a signature, and they did it with the homes, and they're still doing it with the homes. So in 2008, we had a serious crash, and that was based up off of trading notes on the market and things like that, and then, you know, things falling through the cracks or whatever the case is. I can go deep into it, but I'm trying not to. But the securitization of Black people is very equivalent to securitization of mortgages. Now, let me explain that part to you.
That way, I fell on the floor, but it didn't hit my head.
Oh, are you okay? Okay, get out here. Okay, so, shoot, bye. Tulu. Bye. I'm making a homemade video in here. Can you go? Sorry. So, securitization in the mortgage industry is when you take a note that has a signature on it. Okay, it has a signature on it. All right, the same thing as this one. They take a note that has a signature on it and they trade it on the market. So let's go back to this note because it's equivalent to this one. They take this note and they put it on the market, and then they trade it. Okay, and when they trade it, many people have the opportunity to go on and say, well, this is a thriving piece of paper because it has backing power to be able to give me more later on in life, a few years down the road. But if it gets abused, then it will crash, right? Same thing that happened with the 2008 mortgage crisis. Okay, I learned some serious stuff in this time frame when it came to my little 32 years of living. Business mungle, for real. Okay, anyways, so, Mugu, sorry. In regards to that note, when it got traded, it became little pieces of paper because you have people who decided to buy pieces of this note. They bifurcated it. Okay, split it in many different ways, which bifurcated me too, but basically they split that note up and sold it all over the place. Okay, according to Sarbanes-Oxley, they said when you take a note, sell it on the market, and it becomes bifurcated, then you can no longer put that shit back together, because everybody got a piece of it, right? It's going to be hard for you to go ahead and get pieces of that puzzle when it's spread across the worldwide globe, because that's what people do. They trade on the market, and it's from all around the globe. Okay, so let me get back to tying this in. That's securitization of mortgages. Now let's flip it to securitization of Black people. You have the Black race right here. Came from Africa right here. They were whole. They were a unit. But when they noticed that we were strong and robust, they say, we're going to take this and we're going to bring these people over here and they're going to work for us. Same thing, same difference with the mortgage. No, they say we're going to have this work for us. So they sold that. And so when we got when slavery was abolished, they say we will not allow black people to our slave to be better than us. It will not happen. So when they abolished it, they say we got something for you. We are going to bring in other races so they can never succeed. And we're going to allow these slaves to become bifurcated. And we are going to split them up. Okay, we're going to put them on the market. Put them on a market, and then they will never be whole again. Why? Because you have the Asians come in with the hair. The Asians come in with the nails. You got Pakistanians and Indian coming in with their foods and stuff like that, and their scents and myrrh and frankincense and stuff like that. You got the white people always going to play the game. We are always going to be a piece to their puzzle, okay? If not more. We're either going to be a whole piece or we're going to be pieces like that. But guess what? Who controls it all? Okay? You will never, according to Sovereign Oxley, SARBANES hyphenated Oxley, OXLEY, securitization. According to Sovereign Oxley, those are two people, they have said once you divide this unit into pieces, you will never get a chance to put that shit back together. Same thing with people. Once we are divided and once we are sold on the market numerous times, it will be hard to put this shit back together. It's going to take a lifetime to put these pieces back together because everybody got a piece of it. So, it only takes one bad seed to mess up the whole bunch. I had a bag of potatoes, and when I tell you that one freaking bad potato had the whole house smelling ridiculous, and I couldn't find where the smell was coming from until I went in my pantry and realized that that shit needed air. But besides that, the freaking potato had the whole house smelling bad, and it was working on ruining the other potatoes in the bag. Okay, so you got to remove that little one cancer. Okay, that's why they, do the little chemotherapy, because if you have one bad cancer, then it'll ruin everything. So you got to get rid of that cancerous brain that we have with the separation, and that we will never be pulled back together. We can be pulled back together, but if that one bad seed is spreading the word like that, bad news travel quickly. Okay, so if you're spreading bad information talking about that our people will never get our shit together, things that affect just not supportive of what we're doing, not even supportive of the movement that we are trying to make, then you will be that bad seed that will never ever allow us to move forward, because it's too many of you that will begin to think that way. So you got to cut it off by the neck, okay? And if you want to pull this shit back together, then you got to cut the cancer out, okay? Because we will never become whole, because the white man got this stuff on lock. I don't care how dedicated you are to them, they will never be dedicated to you, ever. That's why they stick together. That's why they can get on Fox News and emphasize that the white man was right in regards to slamming the little black girl down. They know that shit is barbaric. They know that shit is wrong. But what they do instead, they say, well, he was just doing his job. But you can't get a black person to say, hey, we got a little post going on with some good stuff going in there. And then you got this one stupid ass that comes in and that says, well, they ain't gonna never succeed because we all polluted with stuff. Yes, we are polluted with stuff. So the first thing we got to do is come up off the television, come up off of this media, come up off of the social enlightenment and all that stuff, because it ain't doing nothing for us. And just like Malcolm X said, if you ain't talking about the betterment of our people, then your words don't mean shit to me. Oh, and I got my little cute little thing on my head. You may think it's me just waking up out the bed, which is very true, but I look at it, I kept it on my head because I was inspired by my what I'm saying? And, the will has a lot to do with, turning and, flickering and basically saying man in motion, ancient Egyptian. But that's the same stuff that Jesus had on his head. And it represents knowledge. So this is just my will of knowledge. So you may say I look like crap, but to me, I'm beautiful. But take that and carry on throughout the rest of your day with the securitization of the black man. Deuces.